I'm Daniel Dekay coming at you with another episode of Bangover, the show where I check out music events and film it POV style for your enjoyment. This time I'm taking you on a journey to a gig I played in Miami with my band Diamondz, as well as a journey to the high seas on the Monsters of Rock cruise. Having been on the 70,000 tons of metal cruise before, I was no stranger to partying on a boat. The Monsters of Rock cruise, however, was a bit of a different beast. Founded in 2012, the Monsters of Rock cruise is a 5-day decadence and debauchery rock and roll party, stopping in Haiti and Jamaica and leaving from the port of Miami. It was a perfect way to escape the freezing cold winter in Canada. It's Tyrone from Diamondz. What are we in Miami for, bud?
A little rock and roll. Little Will Smith.
Sup, Miami? So we arrived in Miami, but it wasn't quite time to get on the boat yet. My band Diamondz had a gig the night before we boarded, got my gear tuned up for the big outdoor show, and it was time to slay. This was a special gig for me, so I was really stoked to bust out a guitar I hadn't shredded in a while. My ESP LTD Deviate. It's a Dave Mustaine signature, complete with an 8-ball on the first fret. Love that thing. We did our thing, got our set out of the way. After I was done playing, it was finally time to kick back and enjoy some music. 80s German hard rockers Kingdom Come were next up on the bill. They featured James Kottak on the drums, who's their original drummer, but you probably know him from his Scorpions fame. There was this other guy there too, you may have heard of him, Yngwie Malmsteen, fucking arpeggios from hell. In case you live under a rock, Yngwie Malmsteen is one of the self-proclaimed greatest guitar players in the world. The guy's got a million Marshall stacks on stage. He plays melodic, he plays neoclassical, he plays fast. The guy fucking rips. There's a reason he coined the phrase, more is more.
How can less be more? It's impossible. More is more.
Hotel party!
You're wearing your jeans. Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
Next morning, it was time to board the boat and set sail. Right off the top, little tip about music cruises, having done a few of them now. When a show gets out, do not try and board the elevator in front of that venue. It will not be a pleasurable experience for you. You will not get an elevator. And if you do get an elevator, you'll have 15 different people touching 15 different parts of your body that you didn't even know existed. Cruise ships are basically like floating hotels, but instead of all the action taking place in the lobby, it's spread out between 14 floors. There's constantly an influx of hundreds of people trying to get somewhere at any given time. The elevators, they're jammed, they're packed, stay away. All that drinking and buffet food, you know what's good for you? Use the stairs. The stairs are your friend, use the stairs all the time.
Oh God, I'm already sick of this. The fucking elevators.
The great thing about music cruises is you're always amongst friends. You're never at a loss of someone to drink with, do karaoke with, play basketball with, eat 4 a.m. pizzas with, making new friends, and reconnecting with old friends, like Battle Flats Tom. Being on a boat that was full of predominantly hard rock bands, Saxon stuck out as one of the heaviest acts. It was really exciting for me to meet them as they were a total highlight of my trip. They were fucking amazing. I caught both their shows, the indoor and outdoor one, and they absolutely slayed. Not only did they influence me and tons of other bangers my age and beyond, they are literally a prime influence on one of my favorite bands and someone you may have heard of. Metallica? A super rad moment was on their second show. They had Courtney Cox come up from the Iron Maidens to join them to play Denim and Leather.
I want to make a good friend of ours on the stage, come on.
I know, I'm super jealous. Speaking of heavy metal legends on the boat, it was an honor to be in the presence of Mr. Udo Dirkshneider. The original voice of heavy metal heroes except German pioneers, very important to the speed, thrash, and heavy metal movement. He stuck to most of his Udo solo material, which was totally cool with me. One of the bands I'd seen before but was most stoked to see again was Bay Area Underdogs, Bane. While I do celebrate their entire catalog, their breakthrough record is their first one, called No Respect. If you've never heard it, you gotta check it out. No respect! No respect! Perfect blend of hard rock with extremely shreddy leads, impeccably interesting vocals. Love the band. Delana Nova, one of the best guitar players on the boat, hands down. So what did I take away from my voyage? First of all, like I said, stairs, always the way to go on a cruise. It's a great way to work off all that pizza too. You've got to plan your days, pay close attention to the schedule, and try and fit in as many shows as possible. Don't be afraid about hitting one show for 15 minutes, then jumping off to another one. That's the beauty of being on a cruise with 5 venues in it. Like the old saying goes, it's about the journey, not the final destination. Don't be too hung up about getting off the boat if that's not what you're into. The party definitely happens there, and let me tell you, it's a good one. The Monsters of Rock cruise is a very interesting beast. Unlike some cruises that showcase bands from a wide spectrum of genres or showcase new talent, upcoming new bands, this boat is heavily focused on the glory days of the 80s and 90s. If you're the kind of person, like me, that longs for that 80s and 90s sounding hard rock heavy metal, this is the cruise for you. So that's my report on the Monsters of Rock Cruise 2019, hashtag #MORK2019 on Instagram to see some of the debauchery. Hit me up in the comments or on my personal Instagram at Daniel_Dekay if you've got tips on how to survive a music cruise, something that I forgot, or if you just want to shoot the shit about partying, I want to hear from you. Can I get some more coffee?